But next up we have Chad Ford and Emil Vrisakis, who are the founders of Bowl-A-Rama, which is a huge skate event down at Bondi Beach. And are you guys going to take us through this?
Well, yeah, should we get the clicker?
Yeah. So, Bowl-A-Rama, just a little bit of a brief on it before we start into it so you know what it is. Bowl-A-Rama is an international skateboard festival that Emil and I put on. We've just done our 6th year. It's the main focus, I suppose, is the competition itself on the Saturday, but we've always wanted it to be a festival, a week-long festival, which is what it is now. There's art shows, there's music, there's video premieres, there's all kinds of stuff, there's industry functions, the whole bit. But we'll run you through how it all started. So the first year, my day job is designing and building skateboard facilities for councils, and I actually had the job of designing and supervising construction at Bondi, and when it came up, the council, in the first meeting I had with them, said, you know, if we give you this job, what do you envision for the skate park? And I said, well, because it's Bondi Beach, I think it should be something that's of an international standard. Traditionally, skate parks over here are beginner to intermediate facilities. I said it should be an intermediate to advanced facility. Yeah, so all through the construction process, we were at the council saying, look, we want to do an event, we want to do an event. And the council, there was a lot of people at council just weren't really into it at all. And we kept chipping away, and what happened was, in the end, they realised they needed to do some kind of celebration to launch the skate park. And we said, we'll put on your opening day for free if we can turn it into the event we want to do.
So probably about a month out, we finally got the go-ahead on it, which is just like no time to sell it. So the first thing we could do was actually just make the most simple of flyers, email it, send it out, hand it out, hey, we're going to do an event. And then it was begging. Well, first of all, we were begging the council for a year to get the event off the ground, but then it was like begging. We tried getting it out there to as many people as possible to get it sponsored. Then we just were like begging, please, you know, $100, $1,000, anything you can put towards this event, we would be appreciated. We'd really appreciate it. So, you know, after doing that, it was really probably more friends that came to our rescue. So, you know, we knew the guys at Subi and we knew the guys at Pages. And Chad knew the guys at the Beach Road Hotel, and luckily, you know, I think we scraped probably around $3,000 together. And steal. What did we steal? We stole. I tell you what, I was working at a company, and all the flyers were printed on their photocopier. What else did we do?
I stole money from my rent and from my groceries.
And borrowed, like, a lot of the chairs and infrastructure all came from my parents' house that first time.
Yeah. We also borrowed friends' talent. Cameron Ward, who's sitting in the front row, has been our MC since day one, which we're very grateful for. We borrowed, you know, Cameron's talent to do things like that.
Look, you just do anything you can to get the event off the ground. And look, we were surprised. People turned up. That was a good thing. And the event did run smoothly, and even, look, you know, I think we got, it was all basically mostly local Australian skateboarders the first year, and we did have like a local skater win, and you know, we were very happy just to have an event off the ground. Did we think it would happen again? We had no idea. We definitely wanted to, but really it was, you know, back to the council to hear their feedback on it. So, yeah, crawl before you walk. Basically, we thought we knew what we were doing, and it definitely came apparent when we went back to council that there was a bunch of stuff we didn't know and a bunch of stuff we had to do, and we had no idea really how to do it all. And I don't think we've got much support from the council. They just handed us a bunch of forms and said, do this, 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 and this, and we're just like, well, what does this mean? Like, I think traffic report, and we're like, what's a traffic report? Like, you know.
We had to, the council made us start dealing with all these different community groups because it's at Bondi Beach, after the Olympics, when they got the volleyball stadium foist on them, every single community group now gets a say in whatever the hell happens in Bondi. So you've got knitting circles commenting on football matches and things like that. So we had to go and present at this public forum, and there was an old digger who used to be part of council, but he still has a say in what goes on. And he piped up and he's like, "You need to do a traffic study." And we're like, "Okay, fair enough, but we're not doing anything that impedes the traffic flow. But okay, if that's what we need to do to get across the lane," goes, "When you do this traffic study, you need to take into consideration the impact it's going to have on the cross-city tunnel traffic." Yeah. I'm like, well, we're in Bondi, that's in Rushcutters Bay and Darling Harbour, and it's not open yet. Yeah. So, you know, there are all those kinds of things, yep. And there were still a lot of people in council that really just were quite open and frank about the fact they didn't want a skateboard event, and it wasn't their kind of thing. Yep. And so we had to go through a lot of those things. So the crawling before you walk, we actually knew how to walk from the different things we'd done over the years, but every council has their own unique way of going about things, so we had to learn to crawl in their particular manner. Yep.
So look, one of the most important things for us in the second year was getting accreditation. So and that doesn't mean a lot, and especially working with councils and government bodies. And Chad knew the people at World Cup of Skateboarding, which is an international accreditation. So look, we got them on board. Chad sent them many emails. I don't think they were really a sponsor, but they just gave us lots of advice in this year. And you know, it meant cross-promotion as well. Yeah,
having them on board brought an international tick of credibility to the event. And, you know, these guys touched on it before, but they didn't say the words. But cultural cringe is quite a big thing in Australian culture, which you become really aware of when you're trying to do international types of events. And we had an idea from the start that we wanted to be an international event, but because of how you have to go about things, etc., we had to start as a local event. Having World Cup come on board all of a sudden gave us an international tick of approval. So local then started going, "Oh, well, hang on, there's something here."
Yep. So yeah, look, you all have your haters, and it actually comes a lot from your own backyard, believe it or not. Like, you know, you think you're doing something wonderful, there's plenty of people out there that are ready to knock you down, thinking, you know, you're grabbing at money, you're doing all sorts of things. We weren't making any money. We both had other jobs, like a lot of these guys here. We'd set aside probably 2 hours every Monday night to coordinate this event. And look, the accreditation, it helped us a lot. It also helped us sell the event. And so you can see from year 1 to year 2, we were able to get some more sponsors on board. And look, we always wanted this event to be about skateboarding and to be a free event. And so sponsorship was key for us to make this event. And it's still to this day is a free event. It's, you know, we're very passionate about the sport, and we're very passionate about giving something back to the community, and that's been our goal the whole way. So, as you can see, the event grew, but we didn't really have any money for like infrastructure as well this year. I think we put up a couple of tents, but you know, the crowd was crazy. It was wild. It was a bit dangerous. Obviously, there's people hanging out everywhere. There was no security, but everyone had a fun time. And look, this year we got some media coverage in you know, local skate mags, which was a big thing for us as well, just to see that happening. Also, that helps you sell the event. Obviously, the more media coverage you can get, the more happy the sponsors are, and then basically, yeah, the easier it is to sell your event.